Welcome to I'm Blown. Atul and I have been chatting about the various topics that we covered, and we realize there's a common thread that we are finding, that we're always blown when we see stuff on the roads, funny stuff, pedestrians, cars, driving, etiquettes, and so on and so forth. So we thought it would be fun to do a bunch of mini episodes on stuff that we see on the road and things that blow our mind.
We've all been through this experience, Sid. You're driving down, and this happens a lot, I think, in the northern part of India, in Delhi and around Delhi, Haryana and all that. And you're driving down the road and you'll find a herd of cows, or maybe just a single cow. And this happens in the middle of Delhi as well.
Yeah.
And the cow will be just sitting in the middle of the road, and there'll be a line of cars, buses, two-wheelers, taxis, all just waiting because the cow's sitting there and nobody can honk at the cow. Or even if you're honking at the cow really doesn't care.
Mhm.
And the traffic has just stopped.
That's happened.
It happened to everybody. Now, that set me thinking that, how does this really work? What comes first? What comes later? We will always talk about the fact that the laws are there, but not always followed. So is there an unwritten caste system that exists on Indian roads? And of course, the top level belongs to the cow.
I don't know if there's a caste system, but I get very irritated with this. And I believe that my car is superior to that bike, and that guy should give me the right of way. So maybe there's some baggage that I'm carrying.
Absolutely. And maybe the caste system is different for different people. I don't know. But broadly speaking, cows are clearly at the top. And then very often you'll find maybe elephants and camels, because if you're driving down towards Rajasthan, Jaipur and stuff, you'll always find camels everywhere. So you have cows, and then you have camels and elephants. And then you have, of course, trucks. Trucks come on next. Nobody messes with the truck.
Yeah.
If a truck is going through, then you just sit back and watch. We've all been behind that bulldozer on road rollers. And if you have a jam, then you're behind them. Then you got to go at 5 kilometers an hour. That's the way it works. What else? Who
I
else?
think that the bigger it is, the more inferior we feel to that big one. Is that something that you think is happening?
I think the size is definitely a factor. Cows don't come into that because cows are different things, right? But then there's size. I think apart from size, there's also ownership. You assume that the truck guy doesn't really care and the bus guy doesn't really care because he doesn't own it. Whereas you in your car are really worried about the scratch and the dent. So you're more careful, and you're worried that he doesn't care and you do care. So, you better take it easy.
Got it.
Two-wheeler will obviously be a matter of bodily harm, right? The guy can be harmed by pretty much. So he is unfortunately lower end of the spectrum in that sense, in the pecking order.
And not to mention the three-wheeler autos. They irritate the taillights out of me.
The thing with the three-wheeler is a new factor comes in there, which is the sheer maneuverability of that thing, right? It can pretty much change a direction at any given point of time and go where he wants to, and stick his hand out here and there and do whatever we want, and we'll talk about that. Where does the car or the Jeep with the beacon light come in here? Oh, where is that on the caste system pecking order?
That is that irritating. They need the right of way, but you're so irritated.
And this is not the ambulance, because we all feel for the ambulance, right? We want to let the ambulance go because that we assume is a real emergency. But the VIP guys and the cops and things like that, where it's not an emergency, the guy just wants to go first. That's all.
The interesting thing about the narrative in India as the caste system is that there is caste system moving to privilege. You might be up ahead of me, but you don't necessarily have the privilege. And there's a lot of conversation happening on the beacon, a lot of conversation happening on, just because you're driving a BMW doesn't mean you have the right to way.
Yeah.
So there is something that's happening in India, which is, okay, there might be the baggage of caste system, but that's being represented in privilege, and you don't have the privilege.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
What about pedestrians? They are the ones who are obviously right at the bottom of this caste system, inevitably will get pushed around on the road.
Yeah.
But the new one, and you and I have both experienced it, I'm sure, where people just lift their hand, not Vietnamese style, but like normal Indian pedestrians, just walk through.
Yeah.
And as the driver, it becomes your responsibility not to hit them.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. Are they moving up the chain in that situation? Maybe.
They're moving up chain for sure, but I don't like those pedestrians who come halfway, wait for you to cross, and then cross the other half.
And then you have the negotiation.
No negotiation. Very often I've stopped for that person and he's still waiting for me to move. And I'm left stranded. But you're right. There seems to be something there. There is a underlying implicit system on the roads.
But it's interesting that, of course, we're half joking about all of these things, but how much of a connection is that with people and their behavior? People who've bought bigger cars, like you were talking about, more expensive cars, tend to believe they have right of way. brings me to another little thing related to consumer behavior, which is it's crazy how many SUVs there are on Indian roads now.
Yeah.
Pretty much all cars are SUVs. And that's got to do with the fact that, SUVs give you a sense of control.
Absolutely.
And a bigger the car, you're able to boss it on the road.
Right away.
Yeah.
The bigger the car, the noisier the car.
Yeah.
That's another one that we should talk. So yes, there's a lot of cues for superiority on the road, and you picked a good one.
What a good caste system we've got going. Excellent. We'll be back with another one soon. See you soon.